let's jump right in and start with Tyre Nichols. The murder trial has finally come to an end. Sadly, it was a not guilty verdict. Well, I mean, sad for some people, but it's been a while for this been going on. Like since 2023 is I think when this incident happened. If you don't remember, Tyre Nichols was driving a car and basically got pulled over the police for like a regular traffic stop. And after that, he was beat to death by I believe it was like five police officers or so. It was a lot of them. And what made this case like so crazy was that police officers that beat him to death were also black police officers. So it was just kind of like a black on black crime for lack of better terms. But we have a clip of this, so let's jump into the clip real quick.
This was the ninth day of the state murder trial against three of the former officers. The jury found all three not guilty on all 7 counts.
There was a motion filed defense to change venue, and there was a study done of the amount of publicity in the various large cities in Tennessee, and it was found that Chattanooga had the lowest amount of pretrial publicity with regard to this case. And so that's why it was chosen.
Hamilton County, with a population of around 380,000, is 76% white and 20% black, a lot different from Memphis. While we're not sure about the demographics of the full jury pool that was called for the Tyre Nichols case, the final 12 jurors that decided it were all white.
Yeah, so with this case, there's a lot to unpack here. But you know what's interesting is that regardless, like how they just try to do this like white on black, I mean like white thing, like the jewelry was white. It's like, what does it matter in this case? It's like the officers were black and also the person that passed away was also black. So in this case, I feel like trying to say, oh, white jury, I don't really know if that's relevant here.
I think it's relevant because Chattanooga 70% white, which means they back the blue. And I get what you're saying about, them being black officers.
Mhm.
But at the same time, they looking at it like, okay, a black man running from the police. I don't think it made a difference if the officers were black or white because those are conservative Republicans.
Okay,
So,
I can see that.
DJ?
Yeah, this case is just very unfortunate, but it just shows that certain things that law enforcement do to get on code, and this running away that they say what they say is unacceptable or it's unlawful to run away so you can shoot people, kill people, and stomp them. I just feel like it's just you looking clearly at it on tape. It's murder, but why do they get away with it? Because they all on code, and that's just how they treat people that they deem not even worthy, in my opinion.
Yeah. But it's interesting. I'm surprised you said that though, because you know your president, Trump, who who you love to support sometimes. That man, he's trying to make it where like police officers can get away with stuff like this all the time with no problem. Not even having to go to court at this point. They just get away with whatever they do. So I don't know how you feel about that.
Yeah, Trump trying to give him
I feel
qualified
like
immunity.
qualified immunity. Like, let's be real. They already have qualified immunity. So Trump is just putting it on paper. These cops get away with anything and everything already. Like this Tyre Nichols case. It's on video. We got tens of angles of it. And still, they walk away scot free. I mean, they got to go to this federal trial. But for the murder, it looks like they walk away scot free. So it's like they already have immunity. So what? I don't know. Trump is making it a thing, but it's already a thing, if you ask me.
I can see that. Okay. What do you
Okay,
think, Pierre?
man, I got so many problems with this verdict. It makes my blood boil. I ain't gonna sit here and lie to you. I mean, all white jury, not a black or brown person in the box. You can't tell me that there wasn't a black or brown person that was suited to be on this jury. And
Mhm.
I get it. The defense team basically filtered them out because black and brown people probably you know, saw the video of this happening, and then you had those white folks who said, "Well, no, I didn't see it. I wasn't privy to that information."
Mhm.
So they ended up with 12 white jurors.
Yeah.
How can you look at this video and not say, "What if that was my child?"
Mhm.
Forget color. You know what I'm saying? You're seeing a man getting beaten to death. How can you not think if you have children, what if that was my child?
Hmm.
And I don't care if he ran from the police or not. He didn't deserve that.
Yeah.
Then the judge gave them the okay to move the trial to Tennessee, which is 70% white and 20% black. Like I said, definitely full of conservatives. But why? You have a jury of his peers right there in Memphis who knows what goes on with the police force there.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? So it was a strategic move by the defense, and I don't know if the prosecution just argued vigorously on that point to not have it move, but and the judge being a black man, he should wanted that to stay in Memphis. So I don't get it. This injustice just reminds me that black people are still looked at as second class citizens.
Mm.
Lastly, I just want to break down each of these counts, man, because each of these officers had what 7 counts against them, and let's just go down the list: second degree murder, aggravated assault, 2 counts of aggravated kidnapping, 2 counts of official misconduct, and
Mm.
official oppression. So, say you didn't feel like they dealt the death blows, right?
Hmm.
So you don't convict them of second degree murder, and you don't convict them of aggravated kidnapping because they didn't take him anywhere. They still should have been convicted on aggravated assault. That was a given because we all saw the video. We all saw him being assaulted. I
Yeah.
don't know what fucking video they was watching, but it wasn't the same one that I saw. Official misconduct and official oppression are evidence, so I don't get it. Well, I do get it, but yeah, y'all know what I'm saying.
Yeah. No, definitely. I definitely get
My
what
thing,
you're saying
my
about that.
thing is,
Go ahead.
my thing is, how can you be deliberately, knowingly covering something up, but not held accountable for that and in the trial? Like they deliberately covered up evidence. You know that they did this because they felt like they were guilty, but you don't see them as guilty for the crime. It doesn't make sense. So you're going to go get them on tampering with evidence, but not with what the evidence, like what the real substance was.
Mhm.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah, no, it is crazy. But I mean, like, Demir is making a really good point about like having that jury all white and back in the blue because at the end of the day, like I was kind of looking at it more so from the perspective of like, okay, like if it's all white people, there still is black people against black people. But I guess even if you still gotta choose which one you going with. So I don't know. It's just sad. I remember like when I watched that video like in 2023, the thing that stood out to me was more so like after the fact, them standing around mocking him afterwards. You know what I mean? Like y'all talking about it as if this wasn't a man that y'all just, like he didn't die
Yeah,
right away. He died a couple days later, but regardless, like
yeah,
I don't know, like how could you do that to another black man? That was just my thing. How could
Exactly.
you do that? I just didn't
And
understand.
they were talking about it because they was trying to get their stories together, really. So they was
Mhm.
talking it out. You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's
yeah.
exactly what they was gonna
wow.
say when they got to the station.
Hmm. And then when stuff like this happens and they get acquitted, it's just like they're gonna go out there, get on another police force, and then do the stuff again. That's usually what happens. So it's like
Oh
it's
man,
repeated offenses, and that's what's sad about it for real.
Yeah, but they did get a little
facts.
federal time though. I mean, it's not a significant amount of time, but
Hmm.
we did get a win in the federal case. Although I just, man, listening because I did watch not a lot of the trial, but I did see, like day 3, day 4, day
Hmm.
5, some of it, and they just played the videos over and over and over, and I'm thinking, this is a done deal. How can the jury not come back
I
with a
was
guilty?
the same.
Man. Well, Tyree's mom has something to say about it as well. She released a statement after the verdict. We have a video of that to play really quickly.
Let me get to that just a moment.
What we heard is not something that we wanted to hear. But was I shocked or surprised? No, I wasn't. Those defense attorneys were allowed to go in front of the judge and basically tell the judge that even though this happened in Shelby County, that the people of Shelby County was not smart enough to look at the evidence and make an impartial decision. Those jurors decided not to look at the evidence, but only to look at the fact that my son was a black man running from the police. My son's fate lied in those juries, and they failed my son.
That's right.
They failed my son. One thing I can say, I don't wish this pain on nobody. No one, not even my worst enemy. But karma,
Come on, girl.
we all know that word karma, right?
It's coming.
Karma is coming
God is not.
because what they did yesterday was not a good thing.
Yeah, they say karma coming for him for real. Y'all see what the city put up?
Karma gonna spin the block. That's one
What
thing.
they put up? Yeah. What the city put up?
Oh, a lot of people in the city put up wanted posters. They said wanted, dead or unalive, and they put the
Oh yeah.
cops' names, and most of the information on it. People ain't playing. They posted that on light poles, posted that around trees. People ain't playing, man.
But see, I hate that too because these are more black men that was like, you know what I'm saying? Like this is like it's our community at the end of the day. Like I don't want to see none of this happening. Like it's just the whole situation is just terrible.
I mean that's true, but these are black men that did that to a black man.
Yeah,
You know what
yeah,
I'm saying? So they didn't have any love for that brother.
you right. Yeah, they didn't value their community at the end of the day.
They didn't see, they were seeing black. They were seeing blue. Blue is a real thing. They got
Mhm.
them boys tied up thinking they one of them, and they're not seeing black no more. They're not seeing it. They see it as blue and you. And unfortunately, they not even one of us no more.
Yeah, it's definitely a game.
Yeah, that's crazy.